daisies, snowflakes, that girl, chestnuts, rainbows, springtime, is that girl, she's tinsel on a tree, she's everything that every girl should be.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Jaclyn Says. I'm Jaclyn St. James, here to answer your questions. Today we have Dorothy from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and she asks, my husband and I are thrilled that our son, who is in their late 20s, will be marrying his boyfriend in California this spring. Well, congratulations to the both of you, and thank you for being so open-minded. I was not so happy, however, when he told me he'll be dropping our last name and taking his fiance's. When I married my husband in the early 80s, I hyphenated my name, which felt like a good compromise. My husband and I are very hurt by our son's decision, particularly since neither of us know any other same-sex couples who have chosen to do this, and we'd hope to have grandchildren that carry on our family name. I also worry what this says about the dynamics of their relationship. I don't want to be the mom who meddles with her son's happiness, but have a right to be concerned? And how should I go about expressing my feelings? Okay, again, let me start with congratulations to your son and his fiancée on their upcoming nuptials. And again, thank you for being such a caring and loving mom. Okay, with that said, let me also dip into my bag of Shakespearean quotes and remind us all of one of Juliet's most famous lines to Romeo. That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Your son will still be your son, and your grandchildren your grands, no matter what name they bear. That last point is especially interesting. Are you perhaps worried that your son's changing his name is an indicator that he is a subordinate role in the relationship? I mean, it probably doesn't mean that. I feel that in the same way that it's radical for a heterosexual woman to refuse to change their names, indicating that they haven't been subsumed into a new identity with marriage. So it's equally radical for gay people to change their names. It associates us firmly with the idea of family, of permanence, of being part of many generations, tradition of intimacy, or whatever. I mean, with your permission, let me jump back to when you were married in the 1980s. As you recall, a woman's choice to hyphenate her name rather than succumb to the patriarchal default did not come without controversy. I mean, newly empowered women risk being derided as radical feminists for wanting to claim their own identities and not be subsumed into their new husbands. I mean, other women who married in that era kept their own name, then hyphenated their children's names to include both mom's and dad's surname. I mean, on the practical side, much was made of what would become of the hyphenated offspring, presumably those such as your son. In my experience, those young hyphenates who marry are changing their names even faster than states are adopting marriage equality. Likewise, an informal at the you can go to the not.com poll. They did an informal poll, and they found out that those who chose to hyphenate their names dropped to 8% in 2005 from 21% in 2000. My friend Jessie Angel Moore, she told me that I want to get rid of that long, clunky name as fast as I can. I mean, Jessie Angel Moore. I mean, it's just a very long name. I mean, if I were to guess, I suspect that what your son is in search of a single name that establishes that he and his new husband are indeed a family. I mean, I like to think of it this way. What do we put on the door knocker? What do we put on our floor mat? I mean, mine would be, whatever. I mean, like hers, the Moors, and this, and this, and this one, and this one, and this one. I mean, you can only put so many letters on a mat. But I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, there's a practical side to this question, especially when there are children involved. I mean, I don't know if he has children yet, or if he even plans on having children. A lot of gay people don't plan on having children. I, for one, can't stand children. So I know, unfortunately, thank God I have a sister who gave my mom, and my other brother gave my mom grandchildren. I have a grandpuppy. That's what she's got. So although that I sympathize with my niece's urge to lose the hyphenated name, I will remember and fully understand how much time, effort, and love my sister and her wife put into the decision to become the Angel Moores. which was to present themselves to the world and the children's school as one family with one name. So what to do? If anything, your question suggests to me that you and your son might do best by talking with each other. It's always a plus. And what better place to start than by raising with him your reasons in having joined the hyphenated club of married boomers, and then seeing where that open door will take you more fully understanding his decision. And last, I believe that we can choose to be hurt or not to be hurt. Choose the latter. I hope that helps you. I mean, I just feel that, you know what, he still is related to you whether or not he got married. If you had a daughter, I mean, would you feel the same? If you had a daughter and she was going off and becoming somebody else, I mean, that's the norm. So why can't it be the norm for your son? Anyway, that's my response. For Jaclyn Says, I'm Jaclyn St. James. Thanks for watching.